Bubble boy.
Yeah.
Bubble boy. It's incorrect. Has to take steroids.
If there's one set of fans I would not with, it's the Bills.
Children, please. You got a whole life.
Yeah.
Let's buckle up here.
All I want for Christmas is for LeBron James and Serena Williams to have a baby.
Yo.
For science.
She must have been on suicide watch when she saw Gronk dent that in. We're all going to die.
Smash that like button or I'm going to get kicked out of the house. I can't pay rent.
Welcome back to Sports on Tap. I'm your host, James Laney, with my co-host, Kyle Johnson.
How we living?
And my co-host, Ryan Fahey.
I touched James's key ear. That's good. Love that.
Oh.
Wait.
No, we don't got to tell the people about that.
I want to because I'm in the market for new fingers. These three are leaving
gone.
my body as soon as possible. No amount of hand sanitizer is going to get that out of my head. That is disgusting. Why was that on the table?
I do a lot of editing in this room.
Oh my god. I thought Kyle was. I picked it. He was like, you were like, oh, you don't want to touch that. And then Kyle was like, oh yeah, he uses that to dig shit out of his ears. I was like, and I'm holding it, and I'm just like, the sound that came out of my mouth. I just know, folks. These three fingers gone. I need new ones.
I need new ones.
Like, no.
Actually, we showed you one of those tools or whatever, or Sam did. There was like a
the
cleaning
twisty
thing.
things,
Dude, there's a whole like thing for it.
Yeah.
He's like, can't beat the keys. I'm like, dude, what shape is your ears? Like, literally, what shape is your ear? Anyways,
welcome to Sports on
Just
Tap.
roasted me off the rip.
I couldn't
Okay.
help it. I was thinking of something to say, and I was like, know what?
this shit was gross.
You put it on the table. God. I was just trying to help.
Okay, so well, James is disgusting. Thank you, everyone. Makes me feel great about today. But anyway, let's get right into it. Before we start, we're on YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, TikTok, all of it. You name it, we got it. You guys should know by now. Please subscribe, like, share, all that fun stuff. Let's get right into it.
Let's get it.
We're gonna be talking Blake Griffin to the Nets
Naturally.
today. Who wants to start? Because I know we're all Fahey. I'm picking you.
Okay.
Because you roasted me.
All right. I mean, it's fair. Put me on the spot. It's well deserved. I mean, listen, Blake Griffin hasn't been Blake Griffin in like 3 years. It's just he got hurt and he played, I think, 38 games the last like 2 seasons, including this one. He's averaging 12 points in 30 minutes. Whether it's, I know his style of play has changed. I know that. It's just very clear. Now, whether that's because his talent or has regressed or he just doesn't care, it could be another one. But like I said, it's 12. Now, if he goes to the Nets and averages 12 points, that's exactly what they're looking for. That's the only thing. That's the only thing. That's what they're looking for, and it just provides them another big body. He actually might try, so maybe we'll get 14 points out of Blake Griffin if that's the case. But it's just it helps their defense. Like the Nets are just even more of a wagon now. Like it's just like who's stopping them?
Nobody. There's not a prayer.
Not true. The Nets. The Nets are the only thing that are going to stop the Nets.
I'll give you that.
Even at this point, I know we've been saying that like only the Nets can stop the Nets, but like there's just so much pure talent. If there's a problem, and I know we all
I don't
usually
even know
say,
if the Nets could stop the
that's
Nets.
the thing. Like there's just so much
It's
pure
crazy.
talent that who's going to beat them in 7-game series? Who's going to beat that team 4 times? Because it doesn't matter if they end up being the 1 seed or the 8 seed. If they're in the playoffs, who's going to beat them 4 times?
Dog, the craziest thing about
Nobody.
adding Blake Griffin to this team is I watching the stats this morning too, or what was the title, the headline? It was like, does adding Blake Griffin put them over the hump? Bro, my God, adding James Harden put them over the hump. Kidding me?
Yeah.
The amount of
having
one-on-ones,
Katie and Kyrie put them on top of the hill.
dude. So Blake Griffin's going to be the fifth like prioritized scorer on that team because he's going to be behind Joe Harris, who's going to spread the floor. So he is going to get more one-on-ones than he has ever had in his entire career.
Beat up by the scrubs on the
Exactly. What are you going to do? Put your best.
I say scrubs lightly. It's still a starting player, but
Exactly.
the worst one out of all.
But that's the thing. Like Blake Griffin, I feel like on past teams has usually been, if not the number 1 guy, a number 2 guy.
Yeah.
Where now, like you said, he's number 4 or 5.
Also,
and that's the thing, which is like, okay, you're gonna have scrubs on him. He doesn't have to be the man. It's gonna be easier for him to score. Yeah. I think the bigger thing is it adds more depth to the team, which I think that's what they were really missing.
Dog, their starting lineup is Lob City.
I know.
And then MVP James Harden, MVP Kevin Durant, and top 5 point guard Kyrie Irving.
Top 3.
Technically, it is Lob City, but it hasn't been Lob City in years.
No, it hasn't been, but he doesn't have to be that guy.
No, I mean
anymore.
like he's talking like Jordan and Blake Griffin.
Yeah, but if
Lob City.
you're Steve Nash, right? At this point, I'd be like, yeah, hang out around the rim. Like honestly, go.
Oh, how does that work for the coaching? Is Blake Griffin also gonna be a coach too?
No. He's
No.
just
He's just
yo.
no.
The great thing about Blake Griffin too is for the Nets at least, veteran minimum.
veteran
minimum. This
Also,
dude signed
from what I've seen, I feel like he's a fairly decent locker room guy too.
He's never been that much of a.
I haven't heard anything like that. It's like I mean, he's also like fairly pretty funny as well.
I know he had a little. He basically gave up on Detroit, but I don't necessarily blame him for.
Pretty easy too.
Well, I don't
Pistons
blame
suck.
him for it just because,
Yeah.
like Detroit has not managed stars
God,
anything
no.
well. They haven't managed anything well in the last decade at this rate.
A lot.
Yeah,
I
it's
think,
been a while.
I think Blake Griffin overall. What I found interesting actually, and I showed you guys, we're all kind of like, I mean, it definitely puts them. Like you said, he's already over the hump kind of thing. But I think it was CBS Sports. Let me pull it up real quick.
That's a
Statistics. 'Cause
stupid stat.
I know, which I don't understand this at all. Because
CBS can munch me.
Well, let's make sure it's CBS.
Huh.
I'm pretty
Hi-
sure it's CBS.
What'd you taste like?
Delicious.
But that's the kind of
That's
thing.
not a flavor.
Let me find it. Either way, I can't find it. It's not on one of my recently likes. But the thing is, like, adding Blake Griffin to the team lowered all their odds to like win their division. win
Oh,
their
that's right.
conference.
I did see that.
Yeah, I don't know what mathematician they got at CBS, but
Statistics,
wrong.
like what? Like my thing is, there's just so
It's-
much pure talent there.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe there'll be like a game or two where it's like, okay, where do we fit him
Yeah,
in? How
doesn't
do we,
blend
I
well.
get that. Like, it doesn't. It's not going to be right off the rip fit puzzle piece easily. Like, you got to figure out how everyone plays, rotations, things like that. But once again,
he's okay.
so much talent.
Stephen A. said it really well this morning too. It's not like this guy's somebody you can just leave alone.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like you can't leave him at the 3. I know he's only like 35%
Yeah, it's
3-point
not
shooter.
great, but
You're gonna leave him
it's-
open though.
No,
I mean,
that's the thing. You can't.
you can't do it. It's gonna draw somebody to him, and then it's basically like you're gonna get Blake Griffin 1-on-1 with some rando. Like I don't know, the small forward on everybody's team because you know you're gonna put the power forward on either KD or somebody. You know what I mean? Like there's gonna be.
Well, that's the
You're
thing.
not. He's getting rather than the first best defender on every team. He's getting the 5th. Like,
Well, that's the thing. We're saying like Blake Griffin is not Blake Griffin of old, clearly.
well, his
Right.
last.
But well, no, my thing is like he's not the Blake Griffin of old, but like this is no bum. This is no
No,
guy off the
hell no.
streets. Like
This
this is a
is-
serious.
he's not.
player.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't. Like I said, he has been Blake Griffin for a few years, but he's still like
his last season.
any like 50% of Blake Griffin is still better than a lot of the league. Like
his
it's
last
just-
full season, he was I think 22 and like 7,
That's the
22,
big,
7 and 7 or
That's
something.
going to be the big thing. He's got to stay healthy.
Well,
Clearly.
see, this is also what I mean
this year
by
hasn't been injury though. He just gave up on the.
I don't know, but this is also what I
the
mean
team.
by the only thing that could stop the Nets is really like even the bigger point of besides like their attitudes that can be a problem.
Yeah.
It's also their health. The only one I can trust to stay healthy is James Harden, to be completely honest.
Yeah,
Like have you seen Harden really like get hurt?
not really. He doesn't
Exactly.
play.
But you've
Eh.
seen KD get hurt. Kyrie gets hurt like often.
randomly. It
Ra-
feels
randomly, like his like I don't.
Always when he has to come back to the TD Garden.
Oh yeah,
Mm,
yeah.
every
Dude,
time.
it's- hey,
Hmm.
he fixed it though.
Coward!
He just realized he just needed to use Sage.
There we go. But
Get the demons out. But I mean, Blake Griffin gets hurt too.
Oh,
but
the demons
like,
are still there. I want
yeah,
you to
oh,
know.
100%. But this is
They're right
that's
there.
that's what I mean. That's the only thing that can stop the Nets is the Nets. And if they stay healthy, they are just gonna run a train through this league.
dude,
like-
I
Yeah.
feel bad for LeBron because he's never getting 6. He's never getting 6.
Not this year.
Well,
Well,
no.
don't forget it's a 1 year with Griffin.
Oh,
Although,
so Blake
what do
Griffin
they have?
leaves. They still have
What are they-
that big 3.
No, actually, I'm curious. How long do they have them locked up for? 'Cause
So Kyrie and KD signed, wasn't it at like the same time?
yeah,
like a
3-year deals, I think.
Yeah, so like they got at
They have
least
3
2
more
more.
years with them.
Yeah,
think
oh, no, I
Harden-
thought wasn't it 4?
was it 4?
I thought it was 4 because last year was 1, this year's 2, so I think they have like 2.
Okay, so they have 2 more years after this. Then it's plus. Then you have like James Harden, who signed a long term. I think they have 2 more years.
They might have like 5 of James, to be honest.
All I know is this team is not going anywhere. The Nets. Oh, so they lose Blake Griffin next year.
I just
like really, like you said, that's
I
not
just
the
didn't know
guy
the
that put them
contracts.
over the hump.
No, not even close.
That's just like that. It's like, oh, cool, add him to the mix.
and
They're
it's
gonna,
like,
the Nets are gonna get these veteran guys where it's just like,
yeah.
oh, I'm not what I used to be, but I could add some depth. I don't have to be the number one guy anymore. Like what the Lakers
Even
did
if-
with Dwight Howard last year.
even
Dwight
if-
Howard didn't have to be the guy, but he played such an important role for that championship team.
He was a nice glue piece. In
Even
that.
if Blake
and that's
Griffin,
what Blake Griffin's gonna be.
even if he stays on the floor and just plays average defense and averages 12 points a game,
That's all they need.
Which That is all they
dude,
need.
That's all they're asking from him.
He doesn't have to be a 20-point scorer
No,
because
they-
they have
they're-
three
I-
of the
I-
best scorers in the game.
And you know they are not going to ask him to do that. You know that.
And
You
when
know Steve Nash is going to look at him and be like, "Hey, literally just go stand
just do
there."
you. Just
Like fundamental basketball, play it. Don't go up above and beyond.
Well,
play fundamental basketball.
that's the quote right
the
there.
other three are going to take care of you and the rest of the team.
Well, that's
Yeah.
that's the big
Like,
thing.
honestly.
There's only one ball. So it's like, yeah, you can't all be averaging 25 plus points a game. Like that's just not going to happen.
right.
There's only one ball, so just be a great defender, or like you said, an average defender.
an average defender,
12
an
points a
average
game.
scorer.
Like you don't have to be the man anymore.
Shoot-
Go win a chip.
Shoot 40%, play average defense, you're good to go.
Fundamental basketball to a T.
Boom.
They are
That's
so
it. Do
stacked.
not go nuts.
If
Well-
you use the Nets in 2K, you
Suck.
soft
you're,
as hell.
You're
I'm gonna use
so
them. but
weak.
I
You
suck.
soft as
No.
hell. I want everyone to know that.
So weak.
I would use them and still lose. I'm that bad at 2K.
This is worse than when the Warriors with KD, Steph, Clay, and Boogie.
Boogie
I-
was beat up.
Yeah,
is
but
gonna
I
be-
thought
this is
that
gonna
was
be-
the softest 2K team you could possibly use.
Oh.
This.
I don't. I
Right
mean,
here.
This is going to be one of the classic 2K teams you get to use in 2 years.
I feel like it's just the optics of the Warriors one was just worse, just because like that team didn't they break the record? They
73-9, and then
Yeah,
KD
they broke the
joined,
record
and, they
and
added
then-
Boogie.
yeah.
And then,
the
yeah.
optics of that one looks worse than this one.
But talent-wise, I'm taking the Nets. If
Oh,
I had to put those two against
100%.
each other, I'm taking this
Those are
team
the
over
only
that
times
team.
you can use those teams in 2K if you're playing against each other. That's it.
That's it.
Really it. Yep.
Yep.
That's
Everything else, you soft as a bitch.
But that's the thing where it's just like now.
ding.
Throw it in the swear jar.
That's the thing with Kevin Durant now. Like we were talking about this last week, his ring or a couple weeks ago, or anytime we talk about Kevin Durant, his rings just keep losing because he's probably going to win this year.
Dog, this is that.
His
this,
rings
hey,
just lose
hey.
more and more value.
Like I said last time, his rings are like half the value. He's got a ring
This is
and
a
a half
fourth
if he wins this
of
one.
the value.
He's got like 2 rings.
There you go, bud.
basically.
the only difference I give this a little is he created the culture in this one.
Yeah, like he
I use quotes because like
he
my
didn't
big
join into this. It was created for him
That's,
when he got
well, that's
here.
my thing because like
It's
when he
different.
joined, like he
A
joined.
little.
But he's still involved.
So
That's
he
the only thing.
Still watered down.
I know.
Just
And I do like Katie, but like it's
Mother lovers.
Did we do it again too?
Yes.
Sorry.
Mother lovers.
who the fuck is this guy?
Who is this guy?
Our
No,
host,
but
Kyle.
No, but that's the thing, kind of where Steph Curry created the culture by being drafted.
Well,
like, that was his
they
team.
were
Mother
all.
lover.
Hey, I'm on your side.
Holy
They're all-
Toledo!
They were all homegrown.
Mother.
I'm on your side. I'm helping
Get
you.
me the swear jar
I'm
'cause I'm about to
helping-
put $100 in this.
I'm
bitch.
helping you. I am helping you, sir. I was helping your point. Curry.
So
was
Steph Curry
almost-
created the culture because he was drafted there, and all the players were drafted. And then either way, Kevin Durant barely created culture, and his rings are worthless to me. So he's gonna be a Hall of Famer because he's unbelievable. But anyone else got anything to say on the Nets?
God, just
Ooh,
say it with your chest next time.
Holy
Jesus.
Mother Mary!
James, ooh, the TikTok comments are not gonna like what you just said. His rings are tainted. Ooh, that's a doo-doo take. Ooh, the comments. Ooh, you big bunch of babies. Ooh, how dare you have an opinion? Boo, 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 boo.
I don't even know where to go from this.
Imagine getting ticked off at an opinion. That's like not crazy.
Well, when it's
Well, when it's Kevin Durant's rings, I feel like everyone's on the same page as
Oh,
that.
yeah.
you'd be surprised.
Yeah, okay, unless you're a Thunder fan. Well, Thunder fans probably don't even like it. But either
I
way,
was gonna say,
There's no way.
yeah,
if you're in Oklahoma, you're like, fuck that guy.
that guy sucks. And then they go crying to their shrine of Oklahoma Thunder. Kevin Durant in their
Well,
closet.
he never got them a ring. He got everybody else a ring.
So close.
He's so close.
He's so close. 3-1.
If I'm Oklahoma, I'm
the
just
only thing that can redeem Kevin Durant's career is if he goes back to Oklahoma
That pulls a LeBron.
and yes, and wins one. That's it.
Oh, that'd be
yeah.
that'd be fun.
Side note: the fact pulls a LeBron. That is actually nobody gives LeBron credit for doing that. Going back to Cleveland,
That
and
was
getting
pretty
them.
cool.
Um,
I
that's
did
a
like when he
cool-
did
I
that.
think
I
people
did
do.
like when he did
That's
that.
quite a. That's
So if Kevin Durant can do that,
Or if
those
LeBron- yeah.
three, I say three because I'm just throwing that Nets one in there now. Basically, if he wins again, those three, it's like those aren't great, but that fourth one,
if Kevin Durant.
that
can-
fourth one is something.
If Kevin Durant can do that at the tail end of his career, oh yeah, he is up. Like he's already up there as like
gains a
probably
lot
best
more
scorer of all. Yeah, his respect goes like it.
I mean, those other ones he went to, which is like those were cool, but that one, it's like LeBron's the one with the Cavs.
Yeah.
Means way more than the other 3 he's won.
So, here's the
Especially
thing-
when the team he beat,
Here's
too.
the thing, though. If he wins this year, this would be like his most worthy ring.
Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
LeBron?
Yeah.
Or
No,
Kevin?
no,
No, Kevin.
KD. His most worthy ring.
Even
Because he
then-
didn't join a super team. The
Yeah.
super team was created.
Now,
when he got here.
He attracted
Side
the
note-
talent. He wasn't the.
Yeah,
he wasn't the
I'd
attractive
rather him
talent.
attract the talent than join an already juggernaut team.
'Cause
It's
he,
way
Because
different.
like he's not
Yeah.
the GM. He's not going out and signing
It's
these
still
guys.
watered down because
Oh,
of the
yeah.
talent-wise, but
for sure, but it's his most. It's
I don't
his-
blame Kevin for it. I don't
no,
blame.
you really can't.
No.
He's just involved in this one. He didn't join a.
Now, if
super team.
LeBron and AD can beat this team,
oh, that's
Oh,
I mean,
baby.
that's
Michael.
now the real discussion.
I mean,
I'm putting
no.
it on the table right now. If LeBron and AD beat this team, I think LeBron is better than Michael Jordan. I don't even think it's a debate.
Kyle, they lost to the Nets when it was LeBron and just Harden.
Oh, listen, that's
He's
not
got to do it. Don't
that's
get me
not
wrong.
playoffs. Yeah, he's got to do it.
he's
I
gotta-
don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's.
It won't.
I agree with you. I don't think it's going
But
to
if there
happen.
was another, if LeBron had this moment to be great and did it,
Yeah.
like, and it's funny because I always say I'm not a LeBron fan, but I feel like in recent history I've been rooting for LeBron more and more
It's
it's
'cause he's getting
this
close.
dude is just getting shafted
Here- hey,
every corner.
Hear me out. If it was 2016 LeBron, I'll give you a maybe that he can beat them.
Yeah.
2016 LeBron with the Cavs, that was
stupid.
that
That was
dude.
stupid.
That
That's
was
the thing. A lot has got to go their way.
It has, yeah.
Kevin
but that
Durant's
was
gotta
that
deny.
was
No.
If
that man's season that year was nuts. I've never seen it like that.
But, like,
listen, I'll end it on this note. If I am LeBron, or if LeBron James and Anthony Davis healthy beat a healthy Knicks team Nets team this year, it's over. LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan. That debate is done.
That's honestly fair. It's just like
That debate is done.
I would probably lean towards that way, and I'm a big Michael guy. But
Debate. I love Michael Jordan. That debate is done. I'm saying that right
that
now.
would be one that'd be his best ring
That's
I've
good.
ever seen.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Good note to end on.
Yeah, it's a good note.